Test, test. It is? Hello? Hello? All right. All right, good morning. We're going to get started this morning. Thank you to those. I'm glad you all got here safely. I'm sure we'll have a few stragglers because of the weather. So thank you so much for joining us today. This is TIC Pre-K-2, and we're really excited. We have a big number of you guys signed up for today, so we're really excited for the day. And I think that's it. So we're going to get started today. The first presenter we have is Kyle Coppola. He is from West Des Moines. He was a previous preschool teacher as well as now he teaches kindergarten, but I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about that. So he has some experience in the lower elementary, and he is from Crestview School of Inquiry. So let's welcome Kyle.
One associate at Jordan Creek. And then it fell. Good start. Then I became a preschool teacher for 3 years, and after that, kindergarten job opened up, and I took that. So I've been doing that for 3 years now. After teaching kindergarten for 1 year, our school became a project-based learning school. We joined New Tech Network, which is a network of schools that practice project-based learning or problem-based learning. Our focus is to encourage learners to take initiative and take ownership into their education. So a lot of what we do is we create projects that help teach, using the standards, we create projects to have the students problem solve, work together, collaborate. Collaboration is one of our biggest focuses, and these are some of my students this year and working on different projects that we've worked on. One of the things that we've noticed this year, my teacher team and I, is we have a bunch of iPads in our classroom. As you know, technology is hard to share. Through collaboration, working on it with these mini games, these different activities, sharing has improved throughout our classroom, and we've felt that this year our students are starting to understand how to work together. Storing the technology is part of the problem we have, and having 9 iPads in our classroom, the plug-in cords get tangled, the headphones get tangled, most of our headphones are breaking. So I actually built this over the summer and have it so it's a storing dock. Students are able to go to it, get to it quickly. That's something I think is a big help, is finding a way to store it. I know there's some teachers in my school that just have them put it on a counter, but then the teacher's stopping her lesson to come over and untangle cords for about 20 minutes, as I'm sure you've all felt. But this kind of thing, a simple shelf, helps out with that quite a bit. The other thing I do with my classroom is I do flexible seating. The third grade team where I work with, they have couches and chairs and lounge chairs and all that in their room, and that's their way of doing flexible seating. I try to figure out a way to do that kindergarten style, because that would not work in my classroom. But so what I do is every day they come in and they get to pick what where they're going to sit for the day. And then I have a carpet section, and I made one of my tables be taller so they can stand at it. Helps with those wiggles. Technology during our reading rotation time. This is how I do my groups. I basically just created a spreadsheet in Microsoft Word, and I put their names in there beginning of the year, and I say, purple group, you're going here, red group, you're going here, and I created this too. This is something I do with technology so I can read it. Our iPads. We use iPads every day during reading rotations. There's some games I like. I'll show them to you in a little bit. Like OSMO. These students over here are working on iRead, and iRead up there. Or actually one of them is working on this child over there is actually reading a book. There's some books I'll show you in a little bit too that are interactive, that are pretty fun. Here's some of my apps I use. Osmo is one of my favorites I have. It doesn't really fit with the cord, but I'll make it work. And are you throwing it up? Thanks. No, you're fine. Basically what it is, there you go. For beginning of the year, I use it for letter matching. So students have the tiles, and they can just fling it out there and help match letters and go through it that. Osmo is very helpful. It has a lot of different games for reading. and also has some math, tangram blocks, and coding. I like OSMO. It's one of the kids' favorite things to do. They play it a lot. And one of the other apps that they like, which they use for the books, are their interactive reading books. And there's some called Three Little Pigs. It's all from the Nosy Crow. Is there sound? Sorry. There you go. So the pigs, the story's interactive.
This is easy.
And it's a pretty good one. The kids like it. Some of the games it's kind of like a little game, but with reading.
I hope I don't have hay fever.
They're fun. But as you can tell, there's lots of books. There's a bunch of the books I've downloaded. There's actually a package deal that I got. And then I have a rotations folder that the students know to go into. This is one I use a lot in the beginning of the year.
A is for X.
And then it allows them to trace. They love them. And one of the things I always tell a lot of teachers when I get to is the best thing to do, especially beginning of the year while they're learning about it, is you go into, guided access, and if you turn it on, then when you open an app, you can actually draw where you don't want to touch. As you know, a lot of them have like a little X somewhere. So you can circle the X, and then they can't touch there. You can change what buttons they can touch and how the thing moves, and you can start it. And then you set your password. I always make mine easy, so that way I can do it. But then they can't get out. That's something I do a lot in the beginning of the year. Helps them keep it going. Now, at this point, they've kind of learned that you are supposed to be on an app, so they kind of stay on it. And Starfall is another good one. No, if that's your school can kind of purchase that. I thought I was connected, maybe I'm not now. But there's a lot of different apps I use. You can go back to my slideshow. Monster Squeeze is another good one that for math, we use that every day. I use that I have an independent group for math. I do rotations, so we use that. And iRead is probably my favorite. And I can't really show that to you because you have to be connected to our school, but I have a video of this girl working on it. And it is interactive. It is great for reading. As they work through it, it gets harder and harder for them. So she's actually one of my students that's working on, and gives them badges, as you'll see pop up right here. But it will go from learning letters to sounds to sight words to ending sounds. And it will do it automatically for them. And it also allows me to go into their thing and see where they might be missing out on something.
Will you show me how you learn on this?
It's the alphabet.
How about your work on your words? Do you have sight words?
Sight words.
Oh, that's.
Select all the sight words you
There's some for sight words.
I don't have any that I know.
What about this?
But then as it clicks through, it will tell you your student is struggling on letter M sounds or missing ending S sounds. So that with that, I'm able to do that. And this is one of my rotations for the computers. They get on those on iRead during our rotation time and work through that. Some of these other websites that I use every day are PebbleGo. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's a great one. It reads to them their facts. Starfall.com we use a lot. iRead. Forces in Motion, this is something, a lot of the times what I do is I find a website that works for what we're learning, and we just got finished working on pushes and pulls. So I kind of Google and search and search and search. But this kind of website I just happened to find, and it was interactive. It was something I could pull up on the computer after doing it large group, and you can show them how a soft push, what a soft push does. There's lots of information out there if you just keep playing with it. You can show them that thing. They love this one. And there's different ones like that too. Kahoot! Is one of the ones I like too. And it's, if you've never seen that, it's something you can create a pin for. And actually, I'm going to challenge everyone here to go to Kahoot!, and I'll show you what to do. So this is my Kahoots. So I created a few quizzes for counting for kindergarten, and I can show you that this one first. This is the adult one I put just for you guys. I found it on there. You can search. But what you do is you go to Kahoot.it, and then you type in that password, the game pin. And then you'll have you type in your name. So what I do for this is I have the students sit at carpet. So it's usually a small group. I have 9 students. They go in, they type their names, and you can see. And it actually print out a list of how they did, what questions they missed. So I did a join and takeaway Kahoot last year because I was on our grading, and that way I could see who's missing it, who's got it. We good? Anyone need a little bit more time? We're good? Anyone else? Okay. Hopefully. And then the questions will go through here, and you have a few minutes to answer it. The faster you answer, the higher your score is going to be too. So that's kind of fun to see. And Tyler in the lead. And we'll do, you can end the quiz. But that's kind of how this works. But if I did this is the kindergarten one that I've done, and the kids really enjoy this. I'll start this one pretty quick, but if you want to get in on it, you can, just to show you. But for my small groups I've done this with, they really enjoy it. It's something that I can kind of start here and walk around a little bit too and help out other students. Once they get going, they know how to do it pretty easily. And as you notice, for the adult one, I set the time for, it was like 20 seconds. For this one, I made it so they have 120 seconds to do it. As you know, kindergartners might take a while to do some things. And I just went through and created all these pictures. I found them on Google and put them in here. Got counters. And that's how I've been using Kahoot. Kids really enjoy it, and it really does. Like I said, if you do it the right way, you can actually see what they're working on. Here's have fun. One thing I love about using iPads and things, I've had students come, we have a pretty high minority rate at Crestview Elementary. I've had 3-year-olds in my preschool program that come in, can't do much, but they can swipe and use an iPad real easy. So that's one thing we use these a lot for. I don't use CDs anymore. I don't use all the pushing play. I use the YouTube videos. And so I will use things like Miss Molly, who's, her videos are great for sight words and ending sounds, but I don't work on that too much yet. But her videos are calming, quiet, and students enjoy it. It helps keep it quiet in the classroom, as you know you might need sometimes. Where am I going?
S E E S E E I can.
And I also use Cosmic Kid Yoga. I don't know if you've seen that one, but she's leads the kids through yoga. There's be times that it might be raining outside. I'll push play on this, and that'll be
Cosmic
our
Kids
recess.
is yoga made specially for kids. We go on adventures to the moon. Just press pause
There we go. Frozen's a good one.
for the kingdom. At
But
the
she'll
top
lead
of the
them through
mountain,
different
Elsa,
things.
She lets
Lots of fun.
everything
Kids
go
love it.
as
Gets them
she
moving.
casts
Gets them
off restraint. She
active. Kids TV is one of my favorites. Go Noodle, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. That's with the cuckoo kangaroo guys that are funny, a little bit different. And this is a video of my students coming to carpet. Sometimes I'll just push play on this and have them, as they come to carpet, they actually get to carpet pretty quick. Here's my buddy with his sleeve out. That happens. If anything, my students are going to be great dancers someday. Mystery Science. This is something we signed up for the first time this year. You get 1 year free with it, and then you have to figure it out. But, of course, I didn't log in. There we go. But it works well with some of our units. They have a bunch of free videos, and it's a fun, interactive thing that students love. That as a teacher,
ever
it's
use
real
your
easy. You turn
imagination?
on, you push play.
You know, your ability to make a picture. In
So
your
I would
mind.
push play, they'd watch a video,
Well, one of the things I love to imagine is what the
and then we move on. And the thing it'll pop this open, and he sends you a letter. So as a teacher, you read it. What machines help people in your home? And then you work through it. After we did this project, this first account, the second thing was what they're doing here. The second, they had to make a wrecking ball that can knock down the cups without knocking down the houses. They talked about the Berlin Wall, how they had that issue with the Berlin Wall, where the wall had to come down, but there's homes all around. And students love this. This was actually a recess center for a while, and they just sat there and played it for a while. And then I switched it up a little bit and put the ruler by those soft cube blocks, and they were knocking those down, building houses. It was a lot of fun. As a teacher, like I was saying earlier, I use technology quite a bit just for grouping to help me. So grouping this stuff together, I will say red group, go to this center, yellow group, go here, blue group, and so on. And it's really easy to get in your Word and just change the color of the blocks, so that way I can do it. You see one person's missing here. They were absent that day. I deleted it, made a couple quick changes, and it was perfect. I use it a lot with my data. I hid the students column, obviously, but this is the average, what my students know, and I break it like this. I can hide all these columns and all those rows in that one, and show a parent, your student might have known 0 in September, but now they know 25, and they're above the average in December. So that's something I use a lot. One of our things our principal wanted us to do as kindergarten teachers is be more upfront with teachers. He's saying first grade teachers are getting upset that we are all rainbows and sunshine, and then they go to first grade and there's issues. So he wanted us to say, your student is in the bottom 10, bottom 5. I didn't like that. So I thought this is a good way to say, your student has grown, they've learned 20 sight words. They're still a little bit below where we want them to be at this point, but they're growing. So that's what I use that for. Plus, then I can access it from anywhere because it's on Google Sheets, and I can be able to pull it up at home or on the go. Splashtop, which is what I've been using this whole time on this. It's probably one of my favorite things about having this. If I have the ability, I will pull up Paint. So for our writing curriculum, I'm sure some of you have it too, you have to give an example of what to do first. So I will do it on here sometimes, and I'll just do it quick. And that's sloppy, but you know. And you can also type on it. So I use Word quite a bit, or not Word, Paint off my computer. And I also use it for a quick word wall if we need it. So if we're doing a writing project and they need spelling with words, I might be walking around. How do you spell this word? I'll type it up there, and then the whole class can see it too. Thank you. Any questions or anything right now? Yes.
How many of those apps you showed are free?
A lot of them are. Like Endless ABC, those, I think they have a free version, but a lot of those are, you come with a pack and you can get a lot for free. Letter School, I believe, was free when I got it. I don't know, I got it when it almost first came out forever ago, so they might have changed that. Gappy, that's a fun one that you like a lot. It's a little cartoon bunny. I think that was free. Starfall, I'm pretty sure, is free to an extent. I think that's something the district can purchase, though, too. Our school did it this year. Letter School was free. A lot of them with iPads, unfortunately, aren't completely free. A lot of them you download for free. Android has more free apps, but iPad, iStore or whatever doesn't usually. Any other questions? Yep, I'm good. Yeah.
We have we are going to give you some explore time with some of these apps. I will definitely recommend the Cosmic Frozen. Oh my gosh, we did that this weekend, and my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old absolutely loved it. We also there was a Star Wars one too. It was so fun. Also, I want to mention that he mentioned Mystery Science. Heartland offers that for free now. We purchased a subscription to that. So you guys can all sign into Mystery Science using your school email account, and you'll have access to that. So you don't have to use, you don't use your Heartland AEA online resource password and username. You just use your email from your school. And if you would like, we have Tyler Hellman over here. He serves Region 8, which is on the map. It's the red one, so way up north. And then I serve Region 6 and part of 7 as an instructional technology consultant. So we are here to support you and help you with those resources. So if there is something that Kyle had described and you guys want to have a little time to explore or have some support from us, we would gladly help you. So we are going to take some explore time from now until 9:15, and there'll be a break too. But then also, we also have one of our Heartland OSMOs over here. If you want to take a look at the OSMO and those the games that we have for that one. And then we also have a back channel. So there's a link to that on the agenda. I was kind of putting some comments and some links as he was talking. So if you would like to jump onto that back channel, presenters are speaking. That way we can have that conversation, or ask some questions. And a lot of times if you don't feel like asking the question, we can always, you guys can post it on there and then we will ask it as well. So any questions for Kyle before he wraps up?